Hello everybody, my name is Tyler Lloyd and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all that I learned along the way. If you're interested in personal development, consider hitting subscribe down below. And if you've ever considered reverting back to a flip phone, give a thumbs up to this video because that's what I did for the past 30 days as I was trying to reassess and reset my cell phone usage with my smartphone. Now for the past 30 days, I've been rocking this bad boy, and I'm going to talk about the benefits that I saw in using a flip phone or a dumb phone, and some of the drawbacks that I saw in trying to use only a flip phone in modern society. Well, starting off with this phone, I actually had to search a little bit to find a phone that I could easily use with my existing SIM card and on AT&T. And luckily I found this one. This is an AT&T branded flip phone. It might be the only one that they sell, and I got it off of Amazon. And this phone doesn't do a lot, but if you wait till the end of the video and if you're interested in trying out this bad boy yourself and you're on AT&T, I'm gonna give you a chance to win this phone, but you gotta make it through the video. But this phone, well, it's a phone. You can make calls. You can send text messages very slowly. Not a whole lot to this phone. It's a phone. It makes calls perfectly fine. Actually, some people said it was better phone quality than they've heard from my iPhone 8 Plus, so it does that well, but that's about the only thing that this phone does. And I started down this journey of experimenting with a flip phone after reading Digital Minimalism, where there was a guy, as part of one of the case studies mentioned, that he reverted to a flip phone. And then I had a friend of mine on one of my videos suggest that I should try using a flip phone for 30 days. So I said, of course, challenge accepted. So leave in the comment down below if there's another challenge or something you want me to explore in my life related to self-improvement and personal development. A 30-day challenge or just something you want to see me explore, let me know in a comment down below. Now for the benefits of using a flip phone over the past 30 days, I jotted down some things. And the first one is no checking social media updates. And this was the biggest driver for me going to a flip phone. I don't really use Twitter. I haven't used Facebook that much. And I haven't been using Instagram, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I consider that social media for me. And in making this YouTube channel and trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, which I recently hit, I found myself a lot of times checking my analytics, seeing where I was, checking the comments, replying to comments, and just always feeling the need to check. And that was presenting a problem, and I wanted to remove myself from that. So it was nice to reset some of my social media habits over the past 30 days. The other thing was time alone with my thoughts, especially when doing my morning walks. I know that I find a lot of joy and benefit in walking in silence and not listening to a podcast or NPR or an audiobook. But the temptation is so strong to fill that silence that I often found myself putting on headphones and listening to something, even though I know already that there's a lot of benefit in silence. So just removing that temptation and not having the ability to do that was a big benefit. Then I had faster, more efficient workouts. I'm trying to get in shape right now, and previously when I would go to the gym, I would find myself after a set, waiting for the next set, trying to find a good song to listen to while lifting weights. And that would eat up some time. And maybe in between sets, I would go to check something on Instagram or check my email or look at something. And my 1 minute rest period that it was supposed to be would balloon into 5 minutes plus. So my workouts were a lot more efficient because I didn't really have anything to check. So they moved along pretty quickly, and usually I would just leave my phone, not bring it with me when working out because what's the point? This thing doesn't do much. Then Another thing was calling over texting. It is painfully slow to text in T9, so I found myself calling people several times and having really enjoyable conversations with them that I wouldn't have otherwise had. I probably just would have texted. It would have been a nice chain back and forth, but the quality of conversation and the friendship that was strengthened because of this phone was very, very apparent. And that ends my list of benefits that I saw over the past 30 days. So now I'm going to move into the drawbacks. And there are many. The first one being related to that, the calling. T9 sucks. It is a pain in the butt to text on a flip phone like this. So the few times that I did, my texts were much briefer than previous. I definitely didn't worry about punctuation as much and capitalization. I responded so I could respond and just not blow friends off, but I texted as little as possible. Additionally, this phone doesn't do group messaging, and I don't have many group messages going on, but like my mom and my brother, we have a text message chain going on, and it'd be so annoying because my mom would send something and it would come as just a text message from her, and then my brother would reply and it would be just a response from him but not tied to the other text message. So each of the individual messages come separately, and that is a pain in the butt if you do any type of group texting. The other thing was Amazon Hub, or just anything that's sort of e-ticketing or e-receipts. In my apartment building, we receive packages through an Amazon Hub. You need a barcode for that to then scan at the Amazon Hub to get your package. And without a smartphone, I would have to forward the email that I got to my wife and then use her phone or have her go down and get my package for me. And that is just a pain in the butt. If it was a different time and not during the pandemic, I used a lot of e-ticketing and going to movies, and just not having that to show my phone would be a pain. So that is an issue. In mobile banking, I've gone into a physical bank maybe 5-6 times in the past 5 or 6 years. I do everything from my phone, from depositing checks, making transfers, investing, you name it. I do it all from my phone and rarely have to go into a physical bank. So it was definitely a pain not being able to do that. You can do some stuff on your computer, but I don't think you can deposit checks with a laptop. So that was a big pain. So mobile banking was an issue. And then GPS, we took a vacation for a week, went out to the country, got a cabin, did some hiking, and Michelle, to torture me because I've been torturing her with this phone, made me print out directions from Google Maps, and we used Google Maps for the first part until we gave up because it was just too much of a pain, and then used Google Maps through an app. And let me tell you, having a GPS on your phone and just being able to follow that and not a printout, it's way better because if you have a printout, you can only go from point A to B. You can't deviate along the way because your instructions don't update. If you make a mistake, you have to figure out how to undo your mistake, and it's just a whole lot of hassle. So I can't imagine now with the ability to use GPS, really traveling anywhere without it. I know the vast majority of human existence has been traveling without a GPS. Maybe I'm just spoiled, but I really, really value that. Another drawback, no audiobooks or podcasts. I said that I got a lot of benefit from walking in silence, but I love audiobooks and podcasts. And I even looked into trying to find a separate like MP3 player or something where I could get Kindle books and listen to my podcast. There's not a lot of options out there. Most of them are pretty crappy and they didn't really integrate well with audiobooks. And I think that they currently still sell an iPod, but it's going away. They're not going to have them anymore because everything is just moving to it's all on a smartphone. So that was a big difficulty. And last but not least, the big drawback, which I didn't see it as a drawback, but Michelle definitely saw it as a drawback, is when you were using a flip phone for 30 days and trying to be more intentional about your cell phone usage, you become acutely aware of other people's cell phone usage and become horribly annoying about another person using their smartphone. So I apologize, Michelle, for putting up for me with the past 30 days. But that's my list of drawbacks. And there are many other things that you can't do as easily without a smartphone, but there are ways around them that you could use a tablet or a computer. If you have those, I understand there's some people that only have a smartphone. Like social media, I found it just as easy, if not better and more intentional, using my laptop, email as well, media consumption overall, and even camera/video. Phones have great cameras on them, but for me, I always have a actual camera with me, and I love taking pictures like that, and I think that that's better, especially if you're out and traveling. Yes, you have your phone with you, but I see a lot of times people, they go to take a photo with their phone, and then they see that they have a notification or they quickly check something. It takes them out of the moment. And I like having an actual standalone camera that only does one thing. It takes photos and videos, so I can use it that way and not be tempted by all the other uses of the device. And overall, I really enjoyed the past 30 days. I learned a lot, and when now transitioning back to my iPhone, I'm gonna be very conscious about how I set up my iPhone to make it enforce the benefits, but also satisfy some of those drawbacks of using a flip phone, and be very intentional about what apps I have, the layout of the phone, and just how I approach using it. So it was definitely beneficial to step away from 30 days. And I would recommend that if you feel that you have a bad relationship with technology, specifically a smartphone, see if you can step away from 30 days. I think that that's much better than trying to institute different hacks and tricks with your existing smartphone. I think you need a little bit of distance to gain some clarity first. And if you want to try out a smartphone, particularly this exact smartphone here, you'll have to be on AT&T, I'm pretty sure, and it uses the same SIM that an iPhone does, so you can pop it out and put it right in, or an Android. If you want this phone, I will mail it to you, so you have to be in the United States using AT&T. But if you want to try this out for 30 days, 60 days, or maybe you just want to use this phone forever, leave a comment down below. Tell me that you want to try out this smartphone. I will leave it open for a month, so for the next 30 days. And after 30 days, I will select someone, shoot you a message, and I will mail this to you, and you can try out this awesome, awesome phone. But thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you found some value in it. If you've made it to this point and you are still watching, consider hitting subscribe for future videos. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you. I appreciate you watching this video and all my other videos. Recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so happy and excited for the future of creating on YouTube and documenting my personal development journey. My name is Tyler Lloyd, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.